Hi everyone, we are going to talk today about cycling your calories from low days to high days and how that affects your ketogenic diet. And we are back using our guinea pig. Keith is going to explain how this past week he has used calorie cycling to his advantage as he is pushing down to his new lower goal. So go ahead, take it away.
Well, first we're going to do an update on where we're at with that. So I'm trying to lose 20 additional pounds to get down from 175 to 155. So this is I've had 4 full weeks. Mm-hmm. So this morning I was down 1.4 pounds, almost a pound and a half.
From last week.
From last week. So I'm at 170.4 this morning, which is good. So that's 5 pounds exactly in that period of time. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. So I also do, every 4 weeks I do my body fat percentage using our scale. Now it may not be as accurate as a DEXA scan, obviously, but relative to itself, it's going to be pretty accurate. So I'm down 2% body fat. I was at 16, I'm at 14. And as I did all the calculations, of that 5 pounds I lost, 84% of that was fat. So that's really good.
Yeah.
If I can keep that up with this whole 20 pounds, I will be, down in that sub 10% threshold and hopefully being able to see my abs a little bit.
Yeah, so. and that is what we're doing with these progress reports for you. So we are going through and going to be presenting you guys each week what Keith has been doing to continue to have his body burn fat. So right. And this week, the thing that you mainly focused on was cycling your calories from one day to the next.
Right. And it's something that I kind of just always instinctively did a little bit. But I do track everything. So I wanted to go back through and we do some intermittent fasting. I've got a list of different strategies that I want to try.
Right.
As we do those, if something earth-shattering comes up, we're definitely going to share it.
Absolutely.
So calorie cycling. So for me, about 1,500 calories seems to be about my maintenance level, and that is a little bit lower than if you do the figuring with your lean mass. Mm-hmm. And that may be because I'm 58 years old. I don't know. But looking historically back on my logs, 1,500 average seems to be about right. And because I always kind of am up and down from that, I might go from 18 down to 13, somewhere. Right. During that time. So 1,500 is kind of where I've set my maintenance level at. So to lose weight, I want to always be just a little bit below that on a normal intermittent fasting day. We always do this thing on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So that's when I record, I do all this stuff. So I went through my last week. So Thursday and Friday was a normal intermittent fasting day, 16:8. Mm-hmm. And I was about 1,400 calories that day, those days, Thursday and Friday. Saturday, I decided to do an OMAD, 1 meal a day, and I was at about 800 calories that day. And now so I had 800 calories, 1 meal, and really that was enough to fill me up. I didn't feel, wiped out or overly hungry or anything. So that was pretty good. Sunday, I was about 1,200 intermittent fasting. Monday, I was about 1,300 intermittent fasting. And Tuesday, was supposed to be an OMAD day. I kind of planned it that way. But as it turns out, I was really not hungry that day at all. So that ended up being more of an extended fast of 36 hours. And I did have a keto coffee in the midst of that, about 300 calories. So, but that's kind of that instinctive thing.
Yeah. And so you really cycled your calories, and it had a lot to do with the way you utilize intermittent fasting on the different days.
Right.
And I will say that in this series that we are doing on getting Keith from his original goal down to a new goal, this is a lot of fine tuning. This is a lot of paying attention to Keith's specific metabolism, which has, if you've been watching our channel, always presents with challenges. But if you're just getting started, paying too much attention to where are my calories today, or it's too high or it's too low, you don't want to get caught up in that minutia. Stick with low carb, and your body will adapt and it will lose weight. We are fine-tuning your plan.
Right. Even though I tracked everything when I initially lost, my first bunch of weight, I didn't get too wrapped up in that stuff. As long as I was losing weight every week, it was
right,
okay.
and your calories were much more consistent on a daily basis.
They were more consistent. Yeah. So this is part of my plan. Is a couple days a week I'm gonna go a little bit lower calories with the OMAD, but I'm not gonna do those days in a row.
Right.
Even though we've done videos on this, the research shows that being in ketosis is very metabolism sparing, right? It's not going to allow, it doesn't, or what's the best way to say, your body is not going to lower its metabolic rate because you've lowered your caloric intake if you're in ketosis. Even though the research says that, I don't feel like risking it because my metabolism never seems to do what it's supposed to do in the beginning or in the first place. So, I'm always going to split those days up. And that's, I think that's just where we're going to go with this. And as we go, we'll keep you up to date.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully that is helpful to you. If it was, please subscribe if you're not already. And we will be back next week with a new report and let you see what Keith has done.
All right. We'll see you then.
All right.